Guess what? It's trivia time. Here is your fifth question for the We're Still Here in Concert event coming up on April 14th. As a reminder, you only need to answer one question correctly to be entered into the drawing. What hiking trail location will host the 2024 Audio Checker hike on July 27th? Is it A, Royal Arch, B, Maroon Bells, C, Longs Peak, or D, Myers Gulch? If you think you have the right answer, email us at feedback@aftersight.org or call us at 720-712-8856 for your chance to enter and win 2 tickets to this amazing show. Good luck and thanks for playing.
Welcome to Colorado Homes and Lifestyles, where style comes home. This recording is brought to you by AfterSight, and it is intended to be used solely by individuals who are blind or have low vision.
Thank you for joining us for the Colorado Homes and Lifestyles September-October 2023 The Kitchen Issue, read by Jerry Gingras. This is being recorded on March 22nd, 2024. Today we will be reading the following main articles. From the editor, written by Darla Warden, Editor-in-Chief. We love kitchens. Finds. Trade talk. Fresh style. Entertaining places. And following up with miscellaneous articles. From the editor, we love kitchens. With its humble beginnings as a fire pit for cooking food, today's kitchen has come a long way, decked out in marble and granite, dressed up in flashy hardware, and expanded with space for multitasking, where homework and meal prep can take place side by side. As the modern hearth and heart of the home, these hard-working spaces serve multiple purposes: gathering spots for celebrations, study centers with well-stocked pantries nearby, beverage stations, cocktail bars, coffee nooks, and even a designated dog bowl area. In this issue, we share our love of kitchens and their ever-evolving nature, talking with kitchen guru Michael Otten in Trade Talk about his showroom, Exquisite Kitchen Design, and the design trends he is seeing. Our special kitchen section highlights 5 beautiful and highly functional spaces, classic in design and extraordinary in amenities. And we hear stories from homeowners who say sometimes a kitchen remodel can lead to updating the entire house. In Refined and Relaxed, page 116, a Denver family went looking for a dishwasher but ended up remodeling their whole home. And in Hot Decor, page 88, homeowners Penny and Greg Venn started with the kitchen but ended up with a redo of their entire 12,500 square foot house. Greg says he wasn't sure they'd always planned to do a complete remodel, but the rest of the house had to catch up to the kitchen. Whether you are dreaming of an update or planning to start work soon, a new kitchen will bring years of enjoyment and often will increase the value of your home as well. Cheers, Darla Warden, Editor-in-Chief. Finds. Trade Talk. It's no surprise that Michael Otten, owner of Exquisite Kitchen Design, EKD, has a true passion for his craft and a palpable enthusiasm for his work. His father was a kitchen designer, and Michael received a generous helping of instruction, inspiration, and encouragement from his dad. While working for his father after college, he learned that hands-on attention to every aspect of a project is crucial. Following in his father's footsteps, Otten has run his own business for over 32 years. By implementing a detail and service-oriented ethos, EKD has established itself as a leader in luxury kitchen designs. Talk about your inspiration and passion for design. My father fueled my passion for design and taught me to seek perfection in my work. Listen carefully, never settle, and always work to improve are my guiding perspectives as I look beyond the confines of measurements and space to develop a vision for each kitchen. Our clients are coming to us for a new, one-of-a-kind experience. By dedicating our intention, effort, and meticulous attention to every detail, we work to continually raise the bar with each project. What sets EKD apart from other design studios? EKD carries 3 exclusive lines, including our recently added British Contemporary artisan-crafted European designs by Cabinet. Quality, style, and the newest technology are all integral to what we offer. Our product lines provide our clients with something in the luxury category that is different than what they might find elsewhere, and we give our clients a gentle nudge to think outside the box during the design process. Our goal is that the finished result should surprise and delight. Our clients often say they found exactly what they wanted by discovering what's possible. What do you think is the most important aspect of kitchen design? Though basic kitchen design has remained relatively consistent over the years, so much more is now possible. When designing a kitchen, we favor classical over trendy to keep the look relevant long term. We mix an artistic approach with the latest technology and incorporate the finest woods, finishes, and mixed metals. Our kitchen spaces work hard, are durable, and tell a unique story reflecting the personalities and preferences of the owners. How does the EKD team approach a new project? Our team is an extraordinary group, and we are all accustomed to wearing different hats to exceed our customers' expectations. We start by listening carefully to learn what they have in mind. We take great care in putting together a design that anticipates the client's needs, including some they didn't know they had, until they see what is available. Collaboration helps us find elegant solutions to practical problems. When our clients see the rendering of their new kitchen, we want them to be thrilled with the thoughtful and impactful design. When visiting your showroom, what should we expect? Visitors will see impeccably crafted vignettes demonstrating detail, upscale sophistication, and comfort. A diverse range of layered materials, textures, and traditional and contemporary finishes illustrates how a kitchen becomes livable art in the heart of a home. We are in the Denver Design District, and our showroom is open by appointment Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Fresh style. Entertaining places. Most people associate barns with horses and haylofts, but one couple living in a South Denver neighborhood where equine properties and barns are prevalent wanted a structure that fit with the local vernacular on the outside, but served a different function inside. We wanted the storage capacity and look of a barn, so we could store an Airstream and tractor indoors, explains the husband, who reached out to residential designer Stephen Henschel of Mandel Incorporated to design a structure that would also complement their residence. We wanted features repeated on the barn to make it look cohesive and as if everything was built at the same time. Henschel, who had worked with the couple on updating their 1970s home, carried over materials like the stone, metal, and wood from the house to the new barn and silo. Built with reclaimed wood and corrugated metal, the classic barn is detailed with a dry stack limestone blend. The same stone used on the house appears on the wing wall of the barn and behind the wood-burning stove, in what is now a sitting area, says Henschel. Drawing inspiration for the silo from the spiral stairwell in the main residence, he explains, the curve provided a jumping-off point to have the bathroom, which includes a shower, housed in the silo as well as a place to repeat the metal used in the main house. Following the round shape, the bathroom is closed off by a curved, corrugated galvanized sliding barn door. We started with standard barn hardware that was custom bent to follow the shape of the silo, he adds. As the project progressed, the notion of the barn as just a storage unit began to evolve. Thoughts about a gentleman's lounge for smoking cigars, an exercise room, and a place for hosting barn dances or maybe even weddings emerged. In accordance, the part of the barn once designated as a potting shed morphed into a cozy kitchenette with ample room for preparing drinks and light fare. The wood-burning stove became a focal point for a sitting room, and a sunny wood deck where house troughs served as flower containers expands the outdoor entertainment space. Durable concrete floors flow throughout, and a variety of door types, some are custom like the exterior wood sliders, reference the barn style. Other, like those separating the tractor stall and designated cigar smoking area, are budget-conscious, off-the-rack Home Depot wood floors painted red and modified with metal panels. In keeping with the rustic theme, the homeowners utilized existing furnishings like the rocker and wing-back chairs for warming up by the stove, and they filled the barn with restored farm articles and other personal memorabilia. To date, they have hosted 2 wedding receptions in the barn, along with other social and practical uses, including using the space to work out with a personal trainer and holding country dances with live music. As the wife explains, Stephen designed a building we can use year-round that is attractive and appealing on the outside and functional and with character on the interior. Fresh style, radiant interiors. It's the perfect alchemy of East and West. When Graham and Patsy Pitcairn, a young outdoorsy couple from the East Coast, moved to Boulder in 2020, they quickly fell in love with this 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath bungalow with a carriage house in the back in Boulder's Chautauqua neighborhood. We were standing in the entryway, Graham recalls, and Patsy said, "This is the house we're going to buy." Adds Patsy, "It just had a feeling about it. It was charming, and we really loved the neighborhood too." The 1,800-square-foot house, built in 1909, had been updated at least once in its century-long life, probably in the 1990s, but by the time the Pitcairns bought it, it seemed dated and very dark, says designer Chelsea Tho of Bright Interiors, whom the Pitcairns hired to give the place new life. The living room was closed off from the dining room, which blocked out a lot of light, says Tho. So, working with Boulder's Elton R. Construction, she and the Pitcairns decided to take the main floor down to the studs, opening it up so the living room, dining room, and kitchen became one space. They installed new oak flooring on the main floor and replaced all of the windows, including adding a large window that folds open over the kitchen sink, but kept the original fireplace mantel in the front parlor and some of the original doors and trim. In the kitchen, they kept the exposed brick but added a new island and new cabinetry, including a wall of cabinets around the refrigerator and double oven in a beautiful blue the couple loves, and even created a little dog bowl area. "The kitchen is the center of our lives," says Graham. Adds Patsy, "My mother is a huge entertainer and cook, so I grew up in houses with big open kitchens where everyone would hang out as meals were being prepared." Upstairs, they gutted and replaced the 2 bathrooms and did a general refresh, including new paint, wallpaper, and furniture in the bedrooms. The original pine floors hidden under old carpeting were retained. We played with having both traditional and modern elements, kind of mashing them together, so the house doesn't feel like it's of any one time, says Tho, whose design included everything from contemporary kitchen stools and lighting to an antlered chandelier in the den. We really wanted to focus on making the house feel like it was in the Mountain West. In Colorado. To keep it appropriate for where we are now, says Patsy, whose family had second homes in Colorado when she was growing up. Graham loved the West from spending summers at camp in Wyoming, and the couple met on a NOLS program course in Patagonia. We relied on Chelsea to bring in some of her own references to make the house less East Coast beachy by adding more textures and vintage rugs. Today, the home is a bright, light-filled gem, perfect for the Pitcairns who welcomed a baby girl since buying the place. The house has a lot of really beautiful natural light, so even if you walk in and there are no lights on, there's really beautiful sunlight coming in, Patsy says, and you can see a little bit of Bear Peak from the side window and pockets of Flagstaff Mountain out the back windows. It just feels really sweet, and everything quietly but confidently flows together. Friends walk in and say, "Oh, this house looks and feels like you guys." It's a true reflection of Graham and me put together, warm and inviting. It's unfussy, not one of those houses where you walk in and feel like you can't touch anything or can't sit down. Fresh style, inspired design. When Todd and Laura Edwards enlisted Jeffrey P. Elliott to design their Denver home, neither party knew they were embarking on a 5-year journey. This is the kind of project a designer dreams about, Elliott says, since the couple were not as concerned with time or budget as they were with assembling their ideal environment. The Edwards vision was to create a home that was sophisticated, comfortable, and zen-like, while reflecting places where they had lived or visited during their extensive travels and long marriage. Todd is very scholarly and thoughtful, able to focus on different cultures, Elliott says. He told me he wanted the house to represent their lives and the things they shared. They needed minimal changes besides decor to their contemporary Cherry Creek North townhome and opted to do it floor by floor, following its vertical layout. The living, dining, and kitchen area has elements inspired by Oceania. The primary bedroom level reflects Asia, and the third level with a reading room and office features Near East and Moroccan influences, as well as references to American Art Deco. The lower-level media room is inspired by Latin America. 2 additional bedrooms and bathrooms are also located on the garden level. The globe-trotting makes sense when you factor in Todd Edwards' background. With an undergraduate degree in anthropology and master's and doctoral degrees in Latin American studies, he has extensive knowledge of foreign economies. He spent a decade in academia and also did investment management, analysis, and research on Wall Street and for a private firm in Denver. Edwards credits the time he and Laura spent in New York for their love of Art Deco architecture and interior design as well as furniture from such icons as Gilbert Rode. "I love the way it is beautiful but not ornate, and the wood is in darker, calming tones," Edwards said. Among his favorite items in the house are 2 Rode secretaries. They are amazing pieces of furniture, beautiful and utilitarian, the homeowner says. He likes to retreat to the Art Deco-inspired third-floor reading room and mahogany-paneled office. The space is an homage to Rode. The rooms include vintage pieces from the legendary modernist, as well as comfortable seating. "My wife and I have a particular love of old-fashioned libraries," Edwards says. "It's calming and relaxing and makes you want to sit and contemplate life." Laura Edwards also loves the primary bedroom as a relaxation zone and the adjoining bathroom that is like a spa retreat with its roomy tub and shoji screen. Designer Elliott Edwards says it's a genius at working with couples to hear the vision from both parties and turn it into ideas. Edwards recalls sending Elliott photos of framed textiles from a hotel in Singapore, for example, and the designer found similar pieces. Textiles are used repeatedly as art throughout the home, offering texture and softness as proof that the couple didn't mind waiting for the right elements to come together. The final piece for the home arrived 2 years after the rest of the project was completed. A Japanese folding screen found at an antique store in New Orleans is now displayed on a wall in the living room. Elliot says the entire process was a cultural treasure hunt during which we made delightful discoveries and formed new relationships with dealers, auction houses, and shops nationwide. As for his part, Edward says, I was grateful for the slowness of the project. It allowed time for reflection and let us look for the right things. Fresh style, hot decor. The kitchen really focuses on the most amazing views of Mount Evans. Homeowner Greg Venn. Penny Venn and her husband, architect-turned-developer Greg, are experienced remodelers, not the sort to hand over the keys to a designer and say, you've got carte blanche. So when they asked Margaret Selzer, principal designer at River Plus Line, to help them with a whole house redo, she knew they'd be deeply involved. They have a very strong aesthetic and they're super participatory in renovations, she says, but it's fun because they're really thoughtful about every detail. The Venn's goal in doing a top-to-bottom facelift of their 12,200 square foot house was to bring it up to modern standards, Greg says, including new white oak flooring, paint, plumbing, and lighting fixtures, as well as more contemporary steel stairway railings. But the centerpiece of the remodel was a new kitchen, and that's where Angela Otten of Inspire Kitchen Designs came in. The plan she came up with was more ambitious than a simple remove and replace design, but the Venns loved it. The kitchen is now open to the front entry, and it really focuses on the most amazing views of Mount Evans, says Greg. The previous kitchen, which had a boomerang-shaped counter, limited cabinet space, and only a single oven and 4-burner range, was replaced with a more linear scheme that made the kitchen feel larger and drastically improved its functionality. We basically moved everything around, says Otten. I always liked design in zones, so in this house I created a cooking zone, a prepping zone, where people can spread out and have access to a sink with a disposal, spices, colanders, and mixing bowls, a storage zone with a refrigerator and freezer, and a pantry, and on the back of the island, an entertaining zone where guests can hang out and talk to the homeowners while they're cooking. Her design also includes an enormous 2-tiered floating island supported by an invisible steel structure inside with waterfall Odax granite on top and Cardosa black granite on the lower tier sitting under Hubarton forge pendants. Double ovens and a professional-style range with a trapeze hood by Zephyr are backed by a lighted piece of Odax granite, which complements the dyed eucalyptus cabinets. The grain of the cabinet wood is very reflective and pops as you walk through the kitchen, Otten says. It's a very, very unique wood that they just fell in love with. Tucked away in the corner is a beverage center, which includes a coffee bar, wine storage, and wine refrigerator, as well as a huge walk-in pantry. The home now has the presence and updated style that you would expect of a home of that size, says Selzer. It feels more light and modern, and there's a seamless transition between the original and updated portions. Angela's design flows in a logical way and allows multiple people to be in the kitchen working, says Greg Venn, who shares 2 kids with Penny, a son who just graduated from CU and a daughter who's a college sophomore. The kitchen really helped us pull the entire house together for the whole remodel. I don't know that we even knew we were going to do the whole house at first, but we had to catch up to that kitchen. Untrending the Kitchen. Gather around these 5 Colorado classics, written by Alicia Rodriguez. Forget kitchen trends and say hello to the new traditional. Wood cabinets are back in a big way, now textured and organic to pay tribute to the material's natural beauty. And despite rumors, white cabinetry never went away. A confirmed classic, white offers a clean backdrop for delicious foods and colorful cookware. Large, well-appointed pantries are also having a moment. Whether they store small appliances or provide space for baking, pantries are getting as much thought as the main kitchen. Double islands, one for prepping and one for seating, offer maximum practicality. Last but not least, relax in the kitchen nook with a cup of coffee or tea. On the appliance front, people out west are embracing clean cooking with induction cooktops. Vent hoods remain a staple for both form and function. Small appliances continue to get tucked away behind doors and alcoves. Some are hidden in plain sight through ingenious design. However defined, transitional, elegant, natural, classic, eclectic, these 5 kitchen showcase elements that never go out of style. Thank you for joining us for the Colorado Homes and Lifestyle magazine, read by Jerry Gingras.
You've been listening to Colorado Homes and Lifestyles, where style comes home. If you enjoyed this program, please register for our free services at www.aftersight.org or by calling 303-786-7777.